current annuity rates at some of the highest we've seen in years. People are looking to annuities to help protect and grow their money. But just because they're popular right now doesn't make sense for your specific situation. That's what we're covering in this video. Hi, and welcome back to Stop Being Sold. My name is Michelle, and I'm here with Brian. And in today's video, we're breaking down the top reasons it makes sense to buy an annuity.
Yeah, Michelle, we get a lot of questions about whether or not annuities make sense in today's world, right? And as we talked about before on this channel, the annuities can be complex financial products. And a lot of people, even those who have an annuity, don't often understand them, okay? And it's not no fault of their own. It just happens, annuities are sold more than they're bought. Okay, you don't just wake up this morning and say, "Hey, I'm thinking about
I'd like to buy a fixed annuity today." Yeah.
That just doesn't happen. Okay. But here's some of the ways they're sold. People are who've lost their job. They're invited to a seminar or so-called like a workshop to come and visit about talking about retirement planning, this, that, and the other, and they end up buying an annuity. And it's like, okay, did that make sense for someone that just lost their job? There's a lot of different scenarios there. Sure. But a lot of people are sold on the concept of fear, market is crashing. Oh my gosh, right. I got to get my money safe. Well, okay, so you want to sell out of the market now at the bottom. And is that annuity going to recover as fast as what the market could recover in a V-shaped recovery? So,
yeah, I think that selling from fear is a big one. I've seen it over and over again with annuities. Anyway, all right.
I just hit on TV last night, actually, on an advertisement here locally. So,
really?
Yeah.
Huh. All right. So before we dive in, I want to just back it up a little bit and explain why annuity rates are rising. They're tied to the bond yields. Is this correct?
Yeah, for fixed annuities and immediate annuities, interest crediting rates usually rise with interest rates.
Right. Okay.
And typically, the company that sold you the annuity invests your funds in very safe investments like corporate and government bonds. In general, insurance companies earn more in bond yields when the Federal Reserve raises interest rates, which what they're doing right now.
Right.
And as a result, they can offer their customers higher rates. And at the moment, right now, interest rates are on the rise. And the Fed told us they're going to continue through sometime in 2023. Right. As a result, debt's becoming more expensive and the cost of getting a mortgage or personal loans higher. But on the flip side, savers finally get to win. Annuities, which are low risk financial products, can actually yield a higher profit to our consumers.
Okay. All right. Perfect segue into the first reason to buy an annuity now, which would be better rates.
Yeah. The current rates are some of the best I've seen in my whole career, Michelle.
Really?
Yeah, actually, with the rapid rise in these rates from the Federal Reserve, annuity rates have exploded higher. Some of the fixed rates, even, Michelle, are 2 to 3 times higher than they were just 1 year ago.
Jeez. Well, a lot has changed. I feel like we've lived 10 years in the last year, so it's actually not surprising, right? Oh boy. All right. So let's move on to the second reason to buy an annuity, and that would be to remove market risk from your portfolio.
Very common. This is very common with indexed annuities. Indexed annuities allow you to participate in the gains of an index up to the declared rates or the caps. Right. For example, let's take an indexed annuity, which has a 12% cap on the S&P 500 index.
Okay.
You calculate the gains from your starting point. So let's say the starting point is 3,400 and the ending point is 3,600. If it's up 12%, you get that cap. Okay. But here's the problem. If the market's up 36% that year, which is usually what happens in a V-shaped recovery, if we do a massive rise to the upside, you'll get a very high, fast return in that first year. Well, in this case, if it's up 36%, for example, you're only going to get 12% because that's your cap.
The cap, right.
Yeah. And if it's only up 6%, you only get the 6%. Okay. And remember, it's up to that cap.
Sure.
But here's the selling point that most advisors use. If it's down, the S&P 500 is down that year, you don't lose anything.
Exactly.
And that's what a lot of people want, Michelle, right there. So,
okay.
But we got to take one more thing into perspective here. We're talking about indexed annuities, right? Variable annuities have a different level of risk because they're actually in the market where you could actually still lose money on your underlying assets if the market does drop. So,
this is one of the things. I just stop you really quickly. I know we'll keep going here, but One thing every time we've talked about annuities, we talk about, you mentioned earlier, like they can be really complex products. And part of that is because each contract is so different.
Right.
And I can have a variable annuity and you can have a variable annuity, and the fees and the riders and the you name it and whatever else is in
Completely
there,
different.
and they're completely different. And
Yeah.
so I think like just stop and say, if you're interested in annuities, whatever you do, read the contract.
Yeah, know exactly what you're going to buy. And
Right.
another thing, Michelle, part of removing risk from your portfolio is diversification.
Yeah.
A lot of people add an annuity as an asset class to their retirement savings in order to diversify their portfolio. Sometimes they use annuities like a bond in their overall mix of their assets. So
Got it. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the third reason to buy an annuity, which is the guarantees that they provide in the crazy world that we live in right now. This is a big one for a lot of people.
yeah, this is the best part of annuities, Michelle, is the guarantee that they offer.
Sure.
My suggestion is buy an annuity for what it is supposed to do
Hmm.
actuarially. So here it is. Depending on the type of annuity you can get a guaranteed interest based on the contract. That'd be like a fixed annuity or even a MIGA, multi-year guaranteed annuity. G is guaranteed. There's a reason why that word's in there. The
Yeah.
contract is the guarantee and it's backed by the claims paying ability of that insurance company. So
Okay. All right. So let's just keep going through these. Fourth reason is that you want growth, right? So you guarantee, and then the growth, which growth is provided with a fixed annuity or MIGA.
right.
Break that down for us and explain like how. I'll leave it at there.
Sure. Many people buy annuities for the guaranteed growth. Okay, it's that simple. But for example, let's take a current 3-year MIGA that was just announced, 5.2% guaranteed for the next 3 years. 5.2% when the S&P 500 was down 22% last year.
Right. Right.
This is a huge comparison to what many have been earning in traditional savings accounts for
Heck yeah.
decades.
Absolutely
So,
right. You were right when you said savers are finally winning.
this is huge. I have clients calling, hey, I want to start laddering annuities right
Right.
now, just
Right.
for this example. So
Okay, so there's the guaranteed growth side of things, and then there's also, some annuities provide predictable income in the future.
yes, absolutely. Again, going back to if you're going to buy an annuity, buy it for what it is supposed to do contractarily.
Mhm.
Okay. Is it growth, guaranteed growth by the MIGAs, guaranteed fixed rates, or the income that it's supposed to do?
Okay.
Okay. Some annuities allow you to guarantee yourself a set amount of income in the future. It can be 30 days
Sure.
from now, you start the income, or 10 years from now. And they calculate your income to the penny on a future date based on the contractual guarantees that they offer.
Okay.
Here's an example. Let's say you take $100,000 and you invest it into a lifetime income annuity that has a 6% payout ratio starting 30 days from now. Okay. This would pay you $6,000 per year, which is like $500 a month for the rest of your life.
Life. Yeah.
Okay. Again, look at the contractual guarantees that each policy offers, and then that makes the contracts differ.
All right. So another reason to buy an annuity is the tax deferral status.
Sure. The sixth reason to buy an annuity is the annuities are only taxed when you withdraw from them. Unlike other accounts that hit you with capital gains like mutual
Mhm.
funds or give you 1099s each year like CDs do, annuities grow tax deferred until you withdraw from them. Now, with IRA annuities, your tax is normal income when you withdraw the funds. So
Okay.
there's no additional benefit to open up an IRA annuity because you already have tax deferral with your
Sure.
IRA. But with qualified annuities, your withdrawals are taxed on the interest first, meaning that as you take funds out, this is what's called last in, first out.
Got it. Okay. All right. So their withdrawals are taxed on the interest first.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. All right. So, final reason to buy an annuity is that you've maxed out your other retirement accounts. I know this is a big one. So, if you have an IRA or 401k and you still have extra cash laying around, lucky you. But an annuity might be a good place to put your money.
Yeah, and here's why. There's virtually no limits on the amount you can
Yeah.
invest into non-qualified annuities, meaning it's not an IRA. Okay. Some insurance companies though, will limit you to $1 million unless they approve it. Well, most of them do approve it. So,
Got it.
but unlike your 401ks or your IRAs, non-qualified annuities have no contribution limits. And this allows you to accelerate your savings if you've already maxed out everything else first. So.
Got it. Okay. All right. So I just have one quick question about
Mhm.
age. At what point is there an age range where it makes sense because you don't want to purchase annuities too early? Can you speak to that?
Yeah, I don't think it's an age factor.
Okay.
Okay, sometimes you can purchase them a little when you're too young, unless that's your objective is to, hey, 10 years from now or 20 years from now, I want to set this amount for income
Okay.
and guarantee me this income in the future. Here's this money deposited. I never want to look at it until it's time to start withdrawing it. But it's all about, honestly, Michelle, what do you want that annuity to do for you? Do you want growth from it?
Right.
Do you want short-term growth? You want to walk away in 3 years and take the money, 5 years, 10 years? You want to just keep letting it accumulate and you only take out your RMDs as required in the future from your IRA annuities? It all depends on what you want the annuity to accomplish for you. So buy what you want to meet your goals. It's that
Sure.
simple.
All right, perfect. Well, on that note, if you like the content of this video, go ahead, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, leave us comments below. And we're going to put a link to a video we did on MIGAs, specifically MIGAs Exposed. It was part of our Annuities Exposed series. It's one of our most popular videos. Go check that out because, we talked about MIGAs. It's guaranteed. It's a
Yeah.
guaranteed return. And if people who are nervous, it's a, what'd you say? I don't know if it's a hot, popular
It
financial
actually
product,
is a
but
hot
is it?
topic right now.
Yeah.
Very hot topic right now.
Oh, super
Rates are
popular.
moving higher. 5.2 for 3 years is just unheard of. So
Right. But that video will break it down. It breaks down everything you need to know about a MIGA, which is really, really important. Know what you're
yes.
buying. All right. Thanks so much, Brian. And thanks to everyone who watched. Have a good one.